glow. You can see it in her eyes. You can see what she eats without her even sharing, and her recipes are extraordinary. You can see what she drinks, her smoothies, her drinks, her soups. It says her radiance. There is a glow. There's a particular glow. And I've seen a lot of people, masters of mindset. They do not glow. I see like a gray thing on their skin, right? Not only their skin. I see people that are just focused on the food. And there's no glow. There may be, they look great, but there's no this glow where it's holistic, where the mind, the body, and the spirit are in such harmony, are in such collaboration and co-creation together, that's where the glow comes from, and also from the choice of living in the heart. So tell me something. I feel that this podcast, I have you and your daughter as guests. I want just to name that, and it's such a beautiful share that you've done with us. And I have one more question for you, but I love how your whole family, what you just shared about your husband, in the midst of tragedy, he said, "Okay, let's make other people happy. Let's turn the grief into glow." I mean, you all have that ability to turn the grief into glow. And it's just so inspiring for people that come and say, I lost my job. Well, this woman lost her daughter, and look what she's doing in honor of her daughter, of the glow of life, of her living son, which she adores. Look what the father of this girl did. Let's make other people happy in the process. Glow is a decision. Glow is a decision. And I want you to share with us, this called my attention, and I think it was also in your book. Tell us about the minefields. What do people need to be attentive of in the minefield? Like the minefields, right? Tell us a little bit about this.
So the minefield it's like a minefield, right? Minefield, like you're walking and there's a mine and, there's like a field and something's going to blow up, right? And so I feel, we shouldn't walk around feeling like the other shoe is going to drop. But some people do, because they've lived in the earlier parts of their life, they've lived that way, right? So the minefield is some things are going to happen. And sometimes they're huge, but we have to see them as this, what I feel is a sacred contract, right? We've come here for a reason. And this is the physical world. We're not here to just feel good. We're here to feel everything. And then we feel it and we have to do something with it. We can't just feel it and not see it as a lesson. I look at it as kind of like, if there's things that are going to happen, you need to work with that to grow from it. And the only way to grow from it is to see it, understand it, process it, and then make a decision on how that's going to mold you. Is it going to mold you into an angry, resentful person, or can you take it and you can maybe use it to your advantage?
Wow, this is so powerful. You just gave us a system. Everybody, write this down. You got to see it, use it, process it, and then make a decision. Again, the power of decision. And from these 4 points that Gina just gave us, then make a choice. Who you want to be. You want to be an angry person? You want to be a happy, glowing person? I love this. Really, this is the mind field of glow, the power of decision, the power to move from just flow. You just set the standard super high for flow now, from flow to glow. Wow, Gina, I really can't wait, for people to hear this podcast, for them to get your book, to be able to read this, for them to be able to have an opportunity to meet Gina, maybe have a session with her. Oh, this is so incredible, Gina. Before we give the last blessing that I will ask you to give to everybody that hears us, please share where can people find you, love. And if you have any programs that people can join, I think this is important.
Yeah, so my website is gina'santangelo.com. And the one thing that I want to say is that I do have one-on-one and coaching, and it doesn't have to be everything. I think that's a very important understanding. You may come to me with one area of what I offer, and when we get together, we might just talk because maybe there has been trauma. Or you may say, I want to just exercise, or I want to learn how to eat better. But the best part is, because I've done this for so many years, it winds up kind of going into that direction of the umbrella of glow within time. So the best part about working with me, I feel, and I'm patting myself on the back, but I feel it's very unique, is that sometimes what's blocking us mentally needs to be brought into that physical place. So that's where the energy work, the movement, the understanding of where it's coming from, the coaching, it all becomes this one focus. And you never know what you're going to do for the day. You might, some people work with me twice a week, 3 times a week. We get together, we talk. Before you know it, we're on the mat, we're discussing, we're doing something via Zoom. Before you know it, what did you eat? How's it going? Some people say, I don't want to talk about food. I'm not interested. 9 months in, they're like, so I think I'm going to give up cheese. It naturally comes after a while and it evolves. So if there's one thing that you think I can do to help you, just make that choice and don't worry about everything else.
Yeah, I love it. And, after people hear all, you are an expert for more than, the studies, 30 years. But your living example of this is extraordinary. So please find Gina. We are going to put her website and everything in the copy of the podcast. She's on Instagram too. She's on Facebook. She has, do you have, I believe you have a free group on Facebook that people can join?
Yes, I have a group called Glow, Gina's Lifestyle of Wellness. So you can find that by searching groups. And if you cannot find it, please feel free to private message me via Facebook. You can also find me on with my email, ginasantangelo@me.com, me.com. And if you're interested in working with me privately, that's probably the best way to catch me, either through private message or email.
And your book can be found in Amazon, and we'll make sure to put both your website and the link for when people can get your book. And anything, would you give us the honor to bless the Sovereign Futures, which is now, with Glow? Give a blessing to the audience with any last, but not really last, but words for this podcast, love.
I would just say that life has its way of creating all kinds of questions that we need to really look at. And it's really up to us to take that golden nugget and sift through it and understand it. Because we can ignore it, but the bottom line is, if you ignore it, it will come back. So it's like, get it over with.
Amen.
Work through it. Work through it. It's what we're here to do. And it makes you stronger. And you feel fantastic when you get over that hurdle.
Oh, I love that. Love that. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Remember Gina's Glow Wisdom. You are not here only to feel one thing. You are here to feel it all. Move your flow into glow and have a beautiful, beautiful glowing light and glowing life. I will see you in our next podcast, Glowing Sovereign Futures podcast, thanks to the blessing of Gina. And we'll see you next time. Un beso. Ciao. Thank you for listening to the Sovereign Futures podcast. Be sure to subscribe to Sovereign Futures on your favorite podcast platform and share us with a friend. To learn more about how to design your desired futures, visit delaflorteachings.com/futuring to receive a Futuring Journey audio in English or in Spanish.